Major developments in the Kyle Rittenhouse murder trial just days before a jury decides his fate. The prosecution desperate to put Rittenhouse behind bars and save their crumbling case, asking the judge today to allow for lesser charges. The judge is considering the request before closing arguments on Monday. Liberals in the media proving they don't care about justice being fair and instead are turning this trial into a political football. Kyle Rittenhouse's mom defending her son after President Biden called the then 17-year-old a white supremacist.
I was angry. President Biden don't know my son whatsoever, and he's not a white supremacist. He's not a racist. And he did that for the votes, and I was so angry for a while at him. And what he did to my son, he defamed him.
And as the case for self-defense gets stronger, the mainstream media is ramping up its smears.
Kyle Rittenhouse tearfully testified at his murder trial in Wisconsin, like a mini Brett Kavanaugh.
What about the people on the right who are making Kyle Rittenhouse out to be a choir boy? If a black kid did that, killed 2 people and injured another person. How would America feel about that?
If he is freed, it's a message to others like him that prison won't be in their future. And so I do wonder.
If he's free, he'll end up in Congress probably.
And he could end up in Congress.
The comment, Greg, I think it was Joy Reid who said that these were fake tears, just like Kavanaugh's tears were fake, just shows an inability of humanity to recognize real emotion in another human being.
Also, when you look at the face of his mother, all you see is the suffering that she's been going through. It's just interesting to listen to the media defend, what would they have done if a pedophile and a serial abuser, one of the pedophiles, one of the guys wanted to die, comes after you? What would they have wanted him to do? Rittenhouse? Don't shoot them. Let them beat you with the skateboard. I think the media is priming the outcome as a ratings payout. I think you mentioned this before, by injecting race into it. So even though it's a white guy, white kid who killed 2 white goons, there's something racial about it, but there isn't. And the best part about this is how many people on Twitter thought the victims were black until they finally read they weren't. Because the media made sure you didn't know that. So what they're doing now is they're doing the Don Lemon, kind of the idiot argument. What if Kyle was black? And would they call him a hero? And the answer is hell yes, because we're consistent. Self-defense with a gun trumps race. We see the pistols before we see the pigment. Unlike CNN and Hakeem Jeffries, the media prefers to defend the criminal rather than somebody defending themselves against the criminal. So it doesn't matter to us whether Kyle Rittenhouse is black or white or Hispanic or Asian. The fact that he defends himself, there is, for us, when I mean us, I mean Second Amendment absolutists. To us, it doesn't matter. That means we are on your side. So it's the person who brings up the race, like Don Lemon, as usual, who is the racist, because all he can see is race. Last thing is there's no concept of incentives in a lot of the media. When you egg on violent demonstrations and reduction of police by portraying them as violent racists, and then you get the expected result of massive spikes in crime, they act so dumbfounded, and then they act dumbfounded and with the most predictable outcome, which is when there are no more cops, citizens in the Second Amendment step in. Anybody could have seen that coming. Some people did see it coming and predicted this would happen.
Martha MacCallum?
So a couple of things. When I listened to that soundbite from his mother, what jumps out at me is the last line when she says he defamed my son. And I think you're going to see a lawsuit from this family, because what happened when President Biden tweeted that video that has a freeze frame of him and calls him a white supremacist, we need to respect the judicial process here, and it needs to come from the very top always. And we've seen this happen with a number of prior presidents who have declared someone guilty while justice was playing out. The message from the White House, the message from the President of the United States has to always be, in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. And that message needs to be crystal clear. We are watching this process play out. All of these people are jumping in to take the place of the jury that is underway right now. And we have to respect that process. We have to watch it play out. And that message has to be so clear from the top. So that's so destructive for a candidate or a president to declare someone guilty of white supremacy or to declare someone guilty, in this case, of murder. Before this process plays out. And I think we've really gone too far over that line to the point where people just expect it and accept it now. And that what I'm saying is sort of the unusual thing, to reserve your judgment and to say, hold off, because I don't know how this jury's going to decide. And they're deciding based on the video, based on the frame-by-frame video, was he acting in self-defense? That's the only thing that matters to this jury. And this judge is going to make that very clear to them after those closing arguments. They need to have tunnel vision, and color needs to be absolutely out of the picture. And they need to have tunnel vision on exactly what happened here.
They should, and I hope they do. But Dagen, you know that these jurors are human. Obviously, they have to feel some sort of social pressure. We've heard talk from, I believe, a George Floyd family member, so to speak, saying people are up there taking pictures of jurors. People are up there watching. They're looking at them. They're taking names. That's got to be on some of their minds.
Pressure tactics. Covering trials, you never know unless you've been in that courtroom every single day and seen every piece of evidence that the jury has seen and every argument, every witness that the jurors have seen. You really never know what the takeaway is unless you're in there every day, number one. Number two, you were talking about Joe Biden piling on and calling Kyle Rittenhouse a white supremacist who needed to be condemned. That video, this was back when he was running as a uniter. And again, the signs were there at how easily he caved in to the left wing and the progressives, as he is now, as he got in front of the American people and called the Border Patrol agents and called them out for whipping people, which was a lie. But he lies without any consequence, and he lies recklessly, dangerously so. But the left, from moment one that this shooting happened, not having any evidence, the left needed to reposition Kyle Rittenhouse to reinforce their narrative that they were rioting for justice. They were rioting against white supremacy and the bigots and police brutality. So this didn't fit their narrative, so they just immediately had to label him, what they wanted him to be. One more thing, real quick. There is by the way, Kyle Rittenhouse is being treated for PTSD and is in therapy. That's according to his discussion in the court today. Bill Ackman is this liberal hedge fund manager, and he tweeted this long thread on Twitter that I will not read the whole thing of, but he was saying last night, this was when Rittenhouse was testifying, my wife and I watched it, and we came away believing that Kyle is telling the truth. And he said our firsthand impressions were materially different than those we previously formed based on media reports and opinion. Inaccurate press reports. He's like, when I'm the subject of press reports and I know something about it, I'm not surprised. He was like, yet somehow I continue to believe other articles in the same newspaper about subjects I know less well. And he just brought up that this was bias. And the end of the thread says, I just got a call from the media asking if my Twitter account was hacked.
Yeah. Jessica, it's like when you read reports about me in the press, I look like a demon. But when you meet me in person, I am adorable.
He really is a demon, though. That's the he's totally disproved
That's
it.
not fake news.
I will not be distracted by what I need to do right now, which is to
what do you need
respond
to do?
to everything that's been said. So I think when you use the term white supremacist now, unless it's very clearly like a neo-Nazi or something like that, people tune out on both sides, right? The people who want to think that it was a white supremacist, that's confirmed and they're done. And then people who are like, no, this is somebody with a different set of motives, there's an alternative explanation for that, they have their story as well. And I think that the fact that this happened surrounding the shooting of Jacob Blake by the police 7 times in the back, leaving him paralyzed, turned this into a race issue no matter where he went. And
That was ruled a justified shooting, by the way.
I'm not talking, it was still—
I just wanted to make sure the audience knew that.
I'm sure this audience does know that. And
the audience is a very smart audience.
I love our audience, and just let
Not
me
as
finish
much
this.
as I love them, Jessica.
Just let me
I'm sorry.
finish it, because we're going to get cut off.
Myself.
So that immediately put this in the context of what was going on in the summer of Black Lives Matter protests. et cetera, and made it into a race issue. The downgrading of the charges to that he could be convicted now of use of a dangerous weapon is definitely a gimme to the prosecution, who has had a pretty bad week, down to, saying, well, why didn't you say anything? And I watch Law and Order, and you have the right to remain silent, right? So I think that is going to satisfy a lot of people who have been watching this trial earnestly and saying, okay, this does look like it was self-defense in this. I'm still not willing to say that a kid who lives across state lines and gets an AR-15 to go in to a place that he doesn't live to help out on the police side went there with perfect intentions. It wasn't in his backyard. It wasn't on his property. He wanted to intervene in something that he didn't really have any business being in it. And that will not be lost in this.
I got to respond. I live across state lines, and I cross a few when I come here. I go from New York to Connecticut to New York. I mean, it's like he's really close to Kenosha. His dad lives there. He works around. He apparently goes there a lot. And I think the state line thing, I mean, it's not like a border, okay?
It's a buzzword.
But I get the impression that he considered
Maybe we should
Kenosha.
build a wall.
You don't borrow
Let's
your
build a
friend's-
wall.
You don't borrow your friend's gun to drive through Connecticut to go where it's different to drive into a riot.
Yeah, and if you know what, though? If you're in a riot, maybe so, when you're watching what's going on and there's no police.
Yeah.
I watched some. All right, and when you go back and you watch the video of what was happening in Kenosha in those days leading up to it, people, stores getting firebombed, and this one woman that I talked to who had a mattress store, one of her employees got basically hit in the head with a brick. You have to kind of put yourself back in that moment, I think, to understand the full context here. He didn't just go, oh, I think I'll just, drive to Kenosha today with my rifle. He thought he was going to protect people. Whether or not he should have been there is a fair question, but.
Okay.
Stores were burning, let's remember.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.